Hey everyone, welcome to episode 18 of Lucky Dogs. We've got a special guest with us today, Nick Percat. So he's got a list of achievements here that you're going to rattle off. This is pretty new for us.
A big list of achievements, actually. So you're the Australian Formula Ford champion. Was that 2009? Yep. You won 12 races in one season, so that was pretty big. Super 2 race winner. You and Chaz went head-to-head in those couple of years.
We did.
You also Bathurst 1000 winner as a rookie, which is pretty big. I think, were you the first one in 30 years to do it as a rookie?
Yeah. Jackie Inks was the one before, and he was like an F1 driver.
Yeah, right. Well, that's pretty cool. Adelaide 500 winner. What year was that?
16?
16.
LDM, yep.
That was pretty cool.
We're supposed to know all this stuff, aren't we?
That's right.
I think we're
It's just
supposed to know all this stuff.
fact-checking.
Yeah, I'm just fact-checking it all. And obviously you won a race at, you beat me last year at the Melbourne F1 Grand Prix in race
Had
3
you
or
covered.
4.
Yep.
You did have me covered in that one. So, yeah, you've had a massive career so far. Obviously, it's not over. You're still co-driving and doing all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, definitely done a lot throughout the career. So we're pretty much just going to run through it from the start. Obviously, you know, you're probably the sort of generation before us and probably haven't seen all the Formula Ford stuff or heard about all the things that you did, you know, at the start of your career. So at the start, you were Formula Ford with Walkinshaw and BRM. Is that right?
Yeah, it that all kicked off from Aussie racing cars before.
Really?
Yeah, so we did that for fun.
You did Aussie cars?
Yeah, in 2006 with Dad and another friend of ours just mechanicked it, and then got to the end of the year at Gold Coast. We're kind of leading the championship, and it was good fun. And we had a carb issue or something. Had to start like 50th, whatever. There's crazy numbers. And it rains, and Dad's like, "It's your last race. Do you want to go out? Like, don't want to damage the car. We haven't got budget to fix it." And I'm like, "No, we'll go out." So he gives me this rag, and he's just like, "Just so you can see. Like, you've got to be able to see, and you got long arms, and you better like wipe the window." So we go out and went from like last and win by like 6 seconds or something.
Far out.
And the following morning, Craig Wilson, who was running HRT at the time, rang, and I thought it was a prank call. I'm like, there's no way some bloke from Walkinshaw Racing is ringing me on the Sunday morning at Gold Coast. And then Dad was like, "Mate, someone's just taking the piss." So then I went down to meet him where he said, and that's how I got my Walkinshaw deal.
So did they assist in budget?
Yeah,
and all that
and
stuff?
they did like a 10-year deal. It was actually Walkinshaw Racing and John Kelly, like Rick and Todd's old man.
Yep.
Put a lot of budget in. And Martine and everyone, they would have spent millions,
Really?
to be honest. Like, we had nothing. And then that's how the Formula Ford thing started.
Far out.
And then we did that. And
So Todd's old man wasn't only supporting them, like he was actually doing more inside back then.
yep. Yeah. So when he was, they were Holden HSV dealer team.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's all that kicked off. So we didn't have the budget to do it. And then between that group, they just funded like Formula Ford. We had to bring a little bit, and we had like No Fear sponsorship. It was sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Just kicked around with heaps of No Fear clothes for like 5 years. And then they helped fund it into Super 2. So that was...
Yeah, right. So pretty much they sign you up first year and you just go out and win 12 races straight away in Formula
Nah, it was my second year. I was like a crash fest my first year. I either won or crash. Like, It was bad. And then they said that, like, if you don't win next year, like, your contract's done.
Oh,
So then I had some pressure, and we were with Sonic then, with Mick Ritter, and he just kind of pulled me into line. I worked there. And then we just went on a rampage with winning everything. And then Mitch Evans was my teammate. So then I did the back end of the year just driving around on his gearbox to make sure he could finish second in the championship.
Oh, true.
Yeah, cars were just a joke. They were so fast.
Far out. That's pretty impressive then.
Cool.
So, yeah, I didn't know a lot of that sort of
Actually,
stuff.
me and Chaz started our rivalry back then.
Really?
So were you and Chaz racing Formula Ford
Yeah.
the same?
09 was he'd done like half a year, so that was his first proper crack.
Yeah.
And then it was my last.
And what did Chaz come that year?
It must have been like third or fourth. Scotty Pye was in there, Stanaway.
Yeah.
There's a few, but me and Chaz were like, we crashed big at Gold Coast and stuff. Like, it was, so that's why everyone thought we had each other.
It's so funny how it's changed over time, like what the feeder category or like the category that teams look to pick a driver from, because that was obviously the main one. It was always for the Formula Ford. Like, I remember racing go-karts, it was like, oh, the next step's Formula Ford.
And if you don't win, you're not going to make.
Yeah, and now it's obviously it's a lot different now.
People were nearly picking supercar drives out of Formula Ford
100%.
at one stage then before Super 2, weren't they?
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
I was told if I didn't win the championship, don't even worry. Just go, I don't know, get a real job. Yeah.
What how old were you when you won the championship?
I was a little bit older because I started later. So I think I was like 21 maybe. Yeah, not like now where the kids are like 16, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy time.
So you win the championship in Formula Ford, and I guess you knew you were going to win. So was the Super 2 stuff already sorted pretty early in that stage, or?
The Walkinshaws, Craig was running at the time, Craig Wilson, he was pretty good at making me earn my keep. So I was working at the workshop at the dealer team, and I was I just sweep the floors, kind of helped clean Garth's car when he was there. So I had to work there, and then I worked at Sonic running my car. So they kept the budget real tight, and they're like, oh, yep, next year we'll help you out with gearbox and upright servicing in Super 2. And I'm like, well, what about the other 300 grand? What do we do here? So we managed to scrounge together a bit of cash, and I was out there with a H pattern. I was the only car with a H pattern, and it had these random adjustable roll bars against the tunnel that you couldn't use. And everyone's out there with I think Sonic bought 888 BAs that were dominant in main game, and they went into Super 2, and I'm out there fending for myself in this little H pattern thing. We did 3 rounds, ran out of money, and then Walkinshaw was like, oh, nah, you can come drive in our cars. So then I got a VE, I think Bundy Red sponsored it.
That's right.
Yeah. And then that's when they made me work hard for it until we were oh, we're done. It's out. We're done. And then they took over the whole thing. And then I was we didn't bring a cent to the Super 2 program. Back then there was prize money. I don't know if you guys ever had prize money.
Yeah. I think you got to ask for it. It's
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Benny Eggleston, because he was the entry, but I would get the prize money, and I was getting 6 or 8 grand a round or something. Prize money and stuff when you were at the front.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Were they letting you keep the prize money?
Yeah, I was just invoicing for it.
Perfect.
Surviving. So yeah, then I was in that car from 11, it would have been. Bundy car, proper car.
Yeah, okay. So first year was a bit average with the H pattern.
I did half a year. I was actually third in the championship. Yeah. I went better in that at the start of the year because it was real soft. It was easy to drive.
Yeah. Right.
Do you think there was a test they put you through a test to see how you'd go?
Yeah, I think so. Because my first ever test day was at Malalar, and I still call him Krusty.
Yep.
Yeah, he was there because he was Scapes engineer and all that, and he came with me on my first day. And at the time I was oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
You look back and that was just a complete test because he was reporting straight back to Holden and everyone to be is this kid actually any good?
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah.
Right.
You had to I think Chaz was similar. When he got coming through, Ford really helped.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. It'd be cool if it was still like that. I don't think we see it as much anymore. But it was if you don't win, Nick, you're out.
Yeah. Wow.
Next kid's in line. So it's cool.
So when did you make your first supercar start then?
Phillip Island. With Andrew Thompson in the Bundy car. It would have been 20, the year before I won Bathurst.
Really?
Because Briscoe was meant to drive it, something happened, couldn't get here, and I just got thrown in.
Yeah, right.
And then we didn't even do the race. He got turned around, smashed a rear window out of it.
Yeah.
And then I rocked up the next year with HRT.
Yeah, right.
At Phillip Island.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, as a main game driver?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, or co-driver.
Well, because
co-driver.
because that was in Euro back then.
Yeah. Oh, that was I didn't even realise.
Phillip Island was at Euro, yeah.
So what did they have back then? Gold Coast, Phillip Island?
It was just Phillip Island, Bathurst that year, and then the next year was back to Sandown, Bathurst, and then I think the following year was Sandown, Bathurst, Gold Coast.
Oh, right. So it's 2 for a fair while.
Yeah.
So first year, 2011 is when you won Bathurst and ran the Super 2. And what did you come in the championship in Super 2 then?
I think I was literally just a 4th bandit.
Yep.
I was just a crash bandit. I just couldn't help myself. The year 2012, it was me, Chaz and McLaughlin for the championship. I poled Homebush, get the start, and I get to that fast, must be turn 7, that left where they all crashed with JC and everyone. Just cold tires, just fenced it. I'm well, what I had to do is just drive around.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything special. And so I just always took myself out of it. And we're always so close. Yeah.
Yeah. Some more than others. I've had a few decent ones.
Yeah.
Gold Coast.
I was much younger when I was doing it. You're still doing it.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
No. So, yeah.
So, I guess the Bathurst story, first year as a rookie, all of that, how did it all come about? What was the race like? Just the emotions after it?
To be honest, again, that felt like a bit of a piss take of a conversation because it was, again, Craig Wilson rang me and I was I remember being on Kingsway and driving somewhere in Melbourne. Phone rings. He would always ring to see what I'm doing. He's oh, have you got a second? I'm yep. He goes, you might want to pull over for this one. I'm oh, God, what have I done? Because I was always in trouble doing something stupid. He's we're going to put you with Garth at HRT. And I was what do you mean? I've never raced Bathurst. I've done it in Super 2 once.
Yep.
He's going to throw me in. So it was pretty crazy lead in. And to go at HRT, but I'll never forget the car was coming down pit lane. We qualified provisional pole, then it rained for his shootout lap, so he came off like 9th or 10th. He drives it back to the front in the first stint, and he comes down pit lane, and I'm like shaking, like I'm just shitting myself because I'm in a HRT car at Bathurst, and I jump in it, did the first lap, and I just don't do anything stupid. And we're doing like 4 laps in, and Alistair, who's now at Groves, gets on the radio and is like, "Doing good, mate, but like, do you think you can go faster?" Because I was just being so safe. Because, like the chat was always like, co-drivers get in.
It was a different time.
Yeah, but I think it was like maybe starting to change over. Because I was out there against like, I think in the stint it was Andrew Thompson. It was real quick in the 888 thing. I was either against Lownsy or Scaife, depending when they were in the car. Like, there's some pretty gurus around me. And
established, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I just thought I was like meant to just drive it around for like an hour and a half and just do not put a mark on it. So I just remember being like, I have to go like 3 seconds faster. Well, not 3, like it was a chunk. Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know how to get to that lap time. But then those cars are.
I can see how it's one of those things where you're like 7/10 off, but it feels like you have to go 3 seconds faster.
It was scary. When he told me that, I was like, oh, this isn't like what they described. Garth's not just having like an ice cream waiting to get back in. They're like, you actually need to drive the thing. Yeah. So that was surreal to drive that car. The whole red HRT suits and all that stuff was.
And you ended up like going pretty good in the race. Like you found that time.
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, because it rained a bit through it and I was quite good in the wet on the slick. So I kind of got myself back through with Thompson I think we led at one point. We were always in the top 3 or 4.
Yep.
So all day I was battling a Vodafone car. It was crazy, which is like, you know what it's like. I had the posters of these guys on my wall. Yeah. And next thing I'm like door to door with Scaife battling. And then I went wide at turn 2 when Lownsy like turned early on me. And just like spooked me. And I'm like, I know he does it. I've watched him since I was like this big. Why did I just like fall for that? But I wanted to get out of his way because he's like my hero. So I was like, I'll just follow him. So I tried to let him go and marbles, hit the fence.
Oh, what was
pressed on?
Obviously that was your first Bathurst.
Yeah.
So who was giving you advice leading into the event and what was the best piece of advice you got given?
Garth was to his credit, he was very good. It was probably like, to be honest, Dad at the time keeping me calm, and they kind of just said, in the Super 2 car, like, do what you want. Like, that's where you go do your thing. And the rest of it was just like, stay calm, and they kept like heap of the media away from me. They kept me pretty like secluded from all that. Just in the team, stay here, we'll look after you. And Alistair was an amazing engineer and on the radio. But yeah, to be honest, it was probably Dad just calming me down. Like those shots of the end of the race, that's my old man next to me, and I'm pale, but I'm not even driving it. I'm like shitting myself out. Yeah. And I think like at one point he's like half holding me up. And but the one thing I remember from the day is like when we got to the podium and Garth's like looked at me, he's like, I think he's gonna call me a little shit or something. It's like, this is gonna change your life. Like the moment you step out there, like your life changes. And to be fair, he was right. Like, what Bathurst is like. It's nearly bigger than winning the championship when you walk through Sydney on the Monday morning. Like, I don't know if you had to go to Sydney.
Yeah, I did. Would you say it's bigger than winning the championship for you?
I think
I'm straight over his head.
No, I'm not sure which one. Oh,
it's probably like the.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It would. Sorry, would it be? Yeah, right. Yeah, I haven't won one. Sorry, but I think I wanted the championship because consistency, but I think Bathurst just one of those ones that everyone turns it on. It's one of those races like people tune in throughout the year, but everyone's watching that race, and when you win it, like I'm sure it would be pretty special. I think.
Man, people still talk about 2011 with me, and I was a co-driver.
Yeah, literally.
That's probably where it's.
I think last year nearly made me even more keen because I actually stood on the podium and saw everyone down there like cheering and seeing you guys up there, and I'm like. It's cool to be standing on the podium, but I don't want to be third again. Like I want to be first. But it's it's pretty cool. But I was just thinking back when you're like your first time, like it's always, and people go on about, why don't teams give rookies more of a go and all this? But do you remember just the pit stops, the nerves when they'd say, okay, come on, put your helmet on, you're going to be in 3 laps, and you still get nervous now, but back then you're like, oh shit.
I think it was JC and Murph in the other car. Like I'm. Effectively just yard sticking against Greg Murphy. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why am I out here with them?
Yeah, I remember. Like, and it's such basic stuff that people don't probably think about at home, but it's like my first year, I was so nervous, but in practice, yeah, I forgot where my pit bay was and I drove past and like, where are you going? And you're like,
I
I'm an
don't know.
idiot. Like, I'm going to do a whole nother lap here. The whole team thinks I'm an idiot. But then like I pushed the brake in the pit stop
Oh, God.
and screwed the pit stop thing. But it's just like these little small things that you just like now you wouldn't even think about it, would you? You hop in, you just put your feet to the side, you buckle up. You don't think about it. But when you're a first time young guy, it's bloody
Very
scary.
daunting.
It is. It actually, like, I think back to, like, I think I was lucky because I was with Anton. It was his first year as a rookie. But
Oh,
then
that's good, yeah.
He goes and qualifies second. And I'm like, oh, God.
That's why when Garth put on pole, I'm like, no. No. I guess, but the scary thing for me was always going into the workshop to do driver change practice.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone just watches.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, back then you had to do it in like 10 seconds or whatever it was because you had elastics and all the fun stuff. And I'm like, man, that's just full on, like crazy.
You get all bruised every time. We still practice a fair bit now. Like, I still feel like, was it this year that the fill was longer this year, wasn't it?
It was the first Gen 3 year, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the first. No, there's been instances where you need to get in quick, so everyone's still practicing to get in around 11 or 12.
Yeah,
but we don't have like the the elastics or anything anymore. But
even now, you jump it in, and you're going, please don't twist a belt or
Yeah.
Like, have you ever done the where you jump in and you get to nearly the last one buckled and you accidentally flick it and they all come undone?
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh no!
And I've also just done a whole stint with the belt twisted and just
That's
got to tighten that thing up.
Yeah, you just keep tightening it as it comes loose. Oh, far out. But no, that's pretty amazing for your first time at Bathurst. It would nearly seem like, oh, this isn't that hard.
Yeah, it did seem like that. And yeah, I love that it happened, but I also like, because I went on this run, like we won it, and then we were leading the next year, and I actually crashed when I think we would have went back to back, and the following year we were fourth, and I was like third, I think, with LDM and Walkinshaw. I'm like, it just seems like normal to be on the podium at Bathurst.
yeah,
But my big advantage of that year in 2011 was my Super 2 car. As soon as they announced it, they put the same master cylinders in it. We got the same insert. Everything was like the same, even though it wasn't my position, but it became my position. Like, so when I jumped in Garth's car, it felt exactly the same. The only thing different was the dash was mounted to the wheel, not the...
I was really lucky with that because we did the same when I signed with Erebus because the 888 master cylinders were different. The pedal was so hard compared to the Erebus car. We changed it all over at Eggleston to make sure that I was half familiar going in. It definitely helps, that's for sure. You just feel a lot more at home when you actually hop in those cars.
100%. Makes a huge difference.
it's all those things like it doesn't really seem like much, but all the little like 1%ers, and then it prevents the mistakes like later on.
Yeah,
because I remember doing my first Bathurst. It was wild card back when I delayed the start. Yeah, but like people make it out so much more daunting than it really is. It's just a car race. And then Paul Morris used to always say it's just 161 laps.
Yeah,
It's a longer race.
It's just a longer race.
Try and simplify it to yourself, but it is just all the small things that can go wrong. That place is just something. It happens to you every year, to everyone. It just seems like it's never perfect for some reason.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool I'm fortunate enough to, I guess we're both fortunate enough to win championships, but when I go do a promo thing, I get introduced as a Bathurst winner.
Oh, really?
Not a championship winner, which is pretty interesting. So
Jeez.
anytime someone sees me, the first thing, if they're introducing me to someone else, it's always like a Bathurst winner. So
Get right.
Yeah, that's
so
amazing.
you're not missing out on much, by the way.
Yeah, perfect. That's just,
Trying to make me feel bad.
People will remember the Grand Prix win over your championship.
2 Bathurst between us all here, so that's good. So like if you won Bathurst straight out, so what happened to not a bad year in Super 2? You didn't get a drive in supercars straight away?
They kept trying to put me in the super cheap car, but Russell Engel wouldn't give it up. Just held on. So 2012, they were like, end of 11, like, you're in. Got to like December, like, he's going around again. Oh, okay. So then we do another year of Super 2, and we get 10 to 12, and I'm like, what's going on? They're like, yep, you'll be in. And then he went around again in 13, and then I actually got into limbo. They're like, oh, we're not going to run the Super 2 program. And I was like, what do I do? And then they changed management. They got the shits with me because I crashed it at Bathurst. So they actually sacked me.
Yeah, right.
Put me in with Alberto's, and I did one practice session, co-driver session at Townsville, and I think I was topped it or second. And then I got out the car, and they're like, oh, we need to come and have a chat with you. And then they just pulled the rug from Alberto's and said, oh, Nick's back with us now. And just absolutely stitched them.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that work though? Like as a driver, that'd piss you off. Like
I
you've gone.
was just young. I didn't know what I was like, oh, okay, I'm over here. Like it was.
So you're happy?
I was happy, but I was like, it kind of rattled me.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what
was going
I was getting
on,
pulled around. Like it felt like I was just taking the piss. They're like, oh, you crashed it last year, so you're out. And then 6 months later, oh, you went good at a practice session at Townsville. We want you back. Like,
It's funny how quickly people jump. Hey, like one practice session or one little you can make a crash at any time. Like if they fired a driver out over a crash, you'd be out for 6 months. Yeah, that's right.
So actually, then I had nothing. I went into 2013 with zero, besides co-driving with Tony, and then like a week before or 2 weeks before Adelaide 500, we did a cup car deal like last minute.
Oh right.
And I just rocked up there with BRM and did some cup car for a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that good?
It was mint. Rocked up and I'm like, how good are these Michelins? I just like rolled out into quali, and just I think the first 3 rounds I was on pole by like 6 or 7 tenths, and Beardo was blowing up, and then I was having like punch-ons with Beardo in the Ingrid because we're like roughing each other up. It was epic. It was cool racing him because he was like, he's wily. He's like running a bit of a brake test because the old 997, if you had like any contact in the front, like radiator's gone. So like you'd be warming up the car to the grid, and he'd just be like hard on the brakes, and you'd have to like swerve to miss him. And then I fixed him up at the Grand Prix, and he was not happy.
So you got into it in the pits.
He grabbed me by the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's cool. I was like, go on, just hit me, mate.
That's awesome.
It sorts my championship out. You're out of the way. But that was cool racing him. So then we actually got to the end of, midway through 13, and DJR were ringing.
Yep.
And I was like, I have the contract. I actually still have it because it's one of those hindsight things. I wish I went.
Yep.
Because I'd been with Walkinshaws for 10 years, and I felt so loyal. And then another team was like, we want you. And it was Campbell Little, Dick, who else was there? Ryan.
Yeah.
Went and had meetings, flew me up, the whole thing. And then, the last minute, Walkinshaw came back through and like, oh, we're going to run 4 cars. We want you to stay. And I was like, oh, I'll just stay because you've done everything. Yeah. Where I probably should have gone in that point and made my own.
It's a hard call, that one, but
I literally have this random piece of paper in a folder, and it had like me and my housemate at the time, Husey, were just like making pros and cons. Like it was
what was good and what was bad for each team.
It was hard.
And who helps you? Like I guess Husey at the time, but was that your family that helped you a lot make those decisions?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I was doing a little bit of management with the same guy that was looking after Murph and Garth.
Yep.
And probably then also Simon McNamara was Holden. He was involved there, so it was probably like, Nick, you can't leave. Where I was,
which you understand. Yeah. They put in a lot of.
They put in so
and
much,
effort.
but in hindsight, if you were ruthless, you probably would have been like, "No, I'm gonna go make my own."
Hindsight's easy though, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So I still laugh about it. I'm like, oh, imagine if I went way back then. But anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's an interesting time. And then what? They did go to 4 cars.
They went to 4. I came 11th in the championship, rookie year.
That's pretty good.
That's a good effort. Yeah,
it was fine.
Really good.
I think I podium at Bathurst, and me and McLaughlin raced for the win at SMP on like my 4th round. And then I got to the last round, and then on the Sunday night or Monday morning, like, oh, you're out. We can't run your car anymore. I'm like, oh, cool. So then Lucas Dumbrell saved me. Like Christmas Eve, I had nothing. And then Holden and him did this. I don't know how they did it. Let's put this deal together. They're like, yep, you're here now. It's done. No stress. But so that's what I mean. If I just went and made my own kind of non-Walkinshaw career, I would never have got stitched in the 4th car, and then then gone to LDM, which in hindsight was cool to drive for one of my best mates, but
wow,
pretty
ruthless. The Lucas time?
Oh, it was wild. I text him still, like I just bought some scales from him for the 86s and stuff. Like
still have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's still got his like business selling all the parts, and so I was like, hey, I need some scales. Set him up. It was a crazy time at LDM. Like, he was so young, and like we kicked around in Formula Ford at Sonic, like absolute lunatics. Like,
really,
he was my teammate with Christian Lindbaum, and then like we were just hung out 7 days a week, like the dumbest things you could imagine. We were doing like stupid stuff, and then obviously had his accident, and then myself and Christian became like carers for him, and just hung out with him every day and took him wherever he needed to go, like appointments and all that stuff. So then to end up driving there was very cool, but also very hard because he was, I'm sure he would say it now, he kind of had no idea what was, like, he just got thrown a supercar team. Like, he's never managed anything. So I kind of tried to help him as much as I could and tried to make it professional, and like buying things like just team suitcases. that had our logo on them because so we didn't all rock up looking shit. Like just all that to try and lift it. Tried to help him get the right 888 parts at the time because we'll kind of promise that deal.
Yep.
Turns out he had to pay for it.
You got the half package.
Yeah, half package. So there's times where I was like trying to help him. But yeah, it was a very fun 2 years, and then to get a Bathurst podium with him. I think Cam McConville was my teammate, which was fun because we did all the HSV drive days back in the day together.
Yep.
And then win Adelaide for him was, I don't care how we did it, but it's just to win for like someone in Lucas's position who is I hung out with 7 days a week for like 4 or 5 years. It was,
that was
really
a pretty controversial win, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
behind
I
us.
just
Yeah.
Wait, you're going to take the trophy off me? I'm already on the plane, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Got it under my arm. You're just coming to get this.
Do you know about that one?
Well, I remember it was like a fuel thing at the time. But
Yeah,
it
it
was
was a fuel
legal, wasn't it? Like, as in, it was just it came out the vent, didn't it? You just vented it.
I don't. Well, you can. Yeah, or you can dump it.
Oh yeah, yep.
We also had I remember that morning, so we didn't finish the Saturday race because the bonnet flew off and smashed into the window and the battery shit itself or something. On the way to the grid, I literally drove out the pits and it was like bonnet up, and then the battery died, and I just walked off and left the car.
Sure, just come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll come back tomorrow.
Try again.
And then we started it in the morning, and it filled the pits with smoke, just burning oil. Like crazy, and I'm like, that thing ain't gonna last. And Heimgartner was my teammate, and he's like, you're done. You might as well just go home. And I think it was burning excessive oil and fuel, just straight out the pipe.
Oh, so that actually helped you. Yeah,
it helped me. And then I just drove around under every safety car because we didn't care if it got hot or anything. I just literally had my foot on the clutch and just held it flat, the whole way around the safety car. And then we just kept coming in and putting more fuel in because we were actually using it.
Right.
So there's probably some venting going on, a horrendous engine, and just pure fuel and oil out the side.
Just the right concoction.
And it just worked.
Yeah.
And then the thing was randomly fast in the wet. Because we pulled in under the red flag, and Stuckey was my engineer, and he's like, just keep it on the black stuff. We've got fuel in hand over these guys. We'll be fine. And I'm like, man, things are jet. We can win it. So that's why when Fabian battled me, I knew I didn't have to beat him. But I'm like, there's no chance. I'm crossing the line first. The car's fast.
Yep.
Take some risk.
Yeah,
but,
that's cool.
Because we actually, we're in the kind of the hunt, and then everyone just peeled off and got fuel, and I'm like, this is epic.
Did you stay Sunday night because you're a local Adelaide?
I did.
Yeah, that would have been a good time.
My nana was upset with me. She rang me the next morning to say that I was a disgrace.
But Nan, I just won the Adelaide 500.
I was in the paper on this Monday morning with all the grid girls at Zavagos.
So you're a legend.
Yeah, I thought I was. My nana's like, that was disgraceful. You're in the paper with all these girls. And I did an interview, and I was still hammered. And they're like, yeah.
That would have been a pretty big deal though, Adelaide boy.
Yeah.
Doing that, because I was obviously Todd and I won the thing last year in Adelaide, and that was huge for him and his family. So that would have meant a lot to
crazy.
You and your family. Now hearing about the Aussie racing car stories and sacrifice and everything like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have been pretty big.
It was insane. My dad and granddad, they were just what the hell how has this happened? Dad's a mechanic in Adelaide and has 2 staff.
I bet your dad and granddad weren't saying you're a disgrace when they saw
they loved
the
it.
photo. They're like, yeah, go son.
And then, because of the Holden story, my dad worked at Holden, great granddad all worked at Elizabeth in Adelaide, on the production line.
Yeah, right.
So it was, a big deal for an Adelaide kid, Holden, the whole thing. So, obviously I slipped it up. Yeah, went wild.
That's awesome.
As you would.
Yeah. That is amazing. This was coming on to, I think it was 2016 at the end of that year. I think I won the 86 championship.
Yeah,
and you got to drive a supercar, and it turns out that Lucas put the drive up. So it was Nick's car was the first ever supercar I got to drive. And I remember going up to, I came back with you from up at Winton, but I remember sitting around all day, and I got my 6 laps, and I'm like, how good's this? I'm doing the typical locking up, don't even know what you're doing and everything. But I just got to drive the LDM car, and I thought this was and still, it's just a highlight of my career because it doesn't matter what supercar,
just the first one.
Just you get to drive the first one.
Yep.
It was so cool. I remember dealing with you that day, and then I came back with you from there to thing. And I remember you being really helpful. You're like, you did a good job out there. We've got to try see if with Super 2 if we can get you in, because I just finished 86 F4 and Formula 4, and I was trying to.
And Lucas wanted to do Super 2 all the time.
Yeah, yep. I might have spoken to him at the time and then ended up going down the Eggleston route, but I still
smart, to be
remember.
fair.
Yeah, that's right.
I gotta. What's your? I've got a funny story I heard about LDM, but what's your funniest LDM story?
Oh,
Yeah, like, can I tell it?
Not the one you're thinking of.
No.
Come on.
what? There's some tough times at that team sometimes, and me and Blanchard decided to go on a little run that I randomly went really good at Darwin, and it was on the back of like having a few beers the night before.
Yeah.
And then we just tried to trial it to see how many we could have before the night before it affected the performance. And it turns out it was a one-off. So we spent like 3 rounds trying to. It's probably not the best thing to talk about, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
That team there's always something going on. Like Lucas is a character, but there was just I don't know. Paying for uprights was pretty a highlight.
yeah, famously. They always talk about Lounsey and Richo having a couple of bottles of red before they won, so it might work.
There's probably there's never I don't know. The stories would be probably not like
Yeah. Not for our podcast.
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's just
that'd
be a lot.
Yeah. Right.
The I remember because we used to buy some stuff off Lucas at some points, but I remember because those cars were 888 Commodores, and then they were repaired at some different places. Remember all the stories about the fronts being quite far out.
Yep.
And then the front uprights, the 888 uprights, used to have like a machined steel pin, like pins that went in them. Do you know where I'm about to go?
I think so.
And then LDM got it made somewhere else. And so like it holds the upright onto the lower control arm, and they dropped the car with these new kingpins and they broke off straight away. And the car just went straight on the ground.
We went
So the other wheels were like this, like instead of being like this, they're like that, like flat.
Lucas got in trouble a few times for like getting stuff made in China, I think.
Yeah, because it's obviously 888's IP and it's just coming straight out of China.
We had the rear wishbone like fall apart through turn 8, like just turned in and just broke out the weld. And there's always something going on.
Yeah.
It's never a dull moment.
I guess it was like
He's just trying to make ends
yeah,
meet,
that's
really.
right. He's just trying to get
Like he had low budget, so he's just like, oh, what can I do here? Like
the funny thing is, you look back and it was probably great times. Like even though it wasn't perfect results and all the stuff going on, but it would have been a lot of fun doing it with everyone.
definitely was fun because he's wild. He's wild.
He's a race winner.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I mean, not many team owners can say they're race winners. Well, some can't.
Yeah, true. No, you're exactly.
And he's won Adelaide. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then what? So end of 16,
I went
Brad called you?
I went to BJR.
How'd that come about?
I spoke to him a lot during the Walkinshaw days, and then he always said if you become available, let me know. And then when I went to LDM, I didn't think to ring him because it was so late. Yeah. He's like, I probably could have done something. But I think he'd already signed Slady to go there. So then, we just kind of had a thing. The moment I was free, he wanted me to come there. So I just did my 2 years, and he's like, yep, the moment you're ready. And then Bridie was like getting close to his retirement, and I think he did a year at Tickford actually after, but
That's right, the mega,
Yeah, he went
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just replaced Bridie basically.
Yeah,
And it was 5 years at BJR, which was, amazing.
Yeah, they seem like a pretty good team to work with and do everything with.
They do a good job. Like, you think where Andrew Edwards has come from, like Albury, like just everything they do there, because they're pretty self-sufficient. Like, they got the really good machine shop. Back then, because you could do upright stuff and all sorts of stuff, like, it was like a free reign for the junior engineers or designers like Andrew and all these guys to be like, just design something and we'll just see if it works. And we'd go to Winton and just like throw an upright on and see if it, like, that was learning. So I think that's why they go good sometimes, because they were just changing uprights massively, and the scrub and the KPI and all this stuff just to see what it did.
A lot of those, it's like, I remember like when Couchy first got hired at 888, like he sent him to LDM.
Yeah.
And because they go to these smaller teams, and like, for example, like us at Erebus, a lot of the staff have a lot more responsibilities and say like
Correct.
someone at 888 or someone at DJR, like they're doing a lot more, and you end up having a really good understanding of how a team works or how it needs to operate. So like, for example, like AE or, like people in my team, Tom, George, and like there's so many, all these people have come from like not, I wouldn't say they're, not organized, but they're just trying to make it.
They have more roles.
Yeah, they've got more roles. So yeah.
Kind of sink or you swim really in the smaller teams
right,
at the end of the day, because you have to pick up the slack and do the extra jobs and that, because, even like when we're at Erebus, you have 18 staff or something there, and at Triple Eight you have 60 or 70. So, you know, you just kind of just got to get in and get it done, and you learn a lot, I guess, in those periods. But yeah, one thing I like about BJR, and probably, is that you never hear anyone say anything bad about the joint.
It's the same guys of when I was there, when I first started.
You always
says a lot.
Like even the guys like Andrew Edwards, like loves all the guys from there, still hangs out with them. They all chant his name, as you know. Yeah, it's hilarious. He always gets embarrassed and that. But like you always, like in teams, you generally always hear someone unhappy. It's like it's like a thing inside. I'm sure it's in, you know, NRL, all sorts of sporting teams, but like, oh, I'm not happy with this. But you never hear anything bad come out of BJR. People going, oh, it's, you know, bad culture or anything like that. It always sounds really positive. And a lot of people say they really enjoyed working for Brad.
Like whatever he's doing there, and the group he has it's impressive. Like, I know I cut them all up pretty big when I left, and like the mechanics got over it a lot faster. It took Brad until like 6 months ago.
Really?
Like,
I see. This is something I think we want to get into, because I heard a few stories at the time when you decided to move about him not being happy, but you could probably tell, like, as in he was pretty upset about it.
He was so angry. Like, upon reflection, so angry. Yeah, there was like threats of lawyers, and there was like, he just wanted to keep me. Yeah. Like, he thought I was a good asset, and I thought the grass was going to be greener and you get promised the world somewhere else. But did it look like it? The last time I drove a BJR car, I was on pole, and then I rolled out in 20th for the next 2 years.
I think Nick looked across, and then there was a drought for a few years after he did, when he thought the grass was greener.
But yeah, Brad, like, we definitely had huge blow-ups, like screaming at each other on the phone about it.
Really?
Like, but now he spoke to me. Well, we didn't talk actually for the last couple of rounds during that COVID period, and then I polled it at SMP in the wet, and he kind of had to shake my hand, which was cool. But it took until I was at a function at Bathurst with him last year.
Yep.
And we started talking again, and he looked at me and goes, I remember I really did like you. Like, and then we talk again. And then he offered me a co-drive, and he's like, you'll never drive for me again. Like, don't even bother picking up the phone. And I cheekily did when that, before I went to MSR. I was like, hey, Brad, do you reckon I can come back? Like, nah. Hung up. But yeah, then like after that, he's realized that I know I probably made a mistake. Well, again, hindsight thing, you try and do something that you think's going to be better, but he's like, yep, you've learnt your mistake. Because I would text him sometimes during those couple of years at Walkinshaw, and I'm like, you can tell me I was a fuckwit. I'm like, let's swear on the podcast.
Nah, we can beep it.
Yep, sweet. Like, I'll just text him up about a race. I'm like, you can just tell me. Like, just tell what you want, because I believe you. Like, you were right.
I guess for people listening at home, I guess explain what was. There's a moment where you go, yeah, I'm going to sign that contract. Was that a little bit of extra money? You thought Walkinshaw had a fair bit more potential because they were investing more money than Brad? Like, what were the reasons that you went, hey, because like obviously, like you say, good environment. The cars weren't too bad at BJR, but what was the reason for?
Well, crazy. So originally, me and AE were together. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we'd like polled at Townsville. The cars were going good, and then I think he had some offers from, say, probably Triple Eight and bits and pieces. And I was like, well, I don't want to lose you. So where do we want to go? I remember having the conversation at Townsville at turn 2. And he's like, oh, I think I could go to Walkinshaw because there's a few sponsors there that were there when I was there. And then Bruce had made a few little comments in the pits. And I was like, oh, I'll just see what happens. So I just started the conversation. And then they're like, oh, can you bring Andrew? So he was meant to come with me. And then, for whatever reason, they started hanging him out to dry. And I was like, well, no, I'm only coming if he's coming. And they kind of got me so far down the line that I had to sign.
Yeah, they just sort of pulled out on him, didn't they?
Well, then I was at Ipswich karting with Jamie, with Patrizzi doing one of those days in KZs. And I was just in the truck and I said, hey, Jamie, this is Andrew's number. You should bring him because he'd be really good for your team. Yeah. So I just sunk myself. Really, because I'm like, well, this other team that I'm going to has promised me the world and I'm going to have my engineer and all this stuff. And now they've flipped it and now they won't really employ him or won't pay him what he's worth or made it kind of difficult for him. So I said to Andrew, I'm like, do what makes you happy.
Was it because they wanted a different engineer? Like, did they have just a lot of engineers there or they didn't want to spend the money? Like, you know,
AE wasn't sure about moving to Melbourne straight away, but then he committed like 3 or 4 days a week in Melbourne. Like, it was crazy. He was going above and beyond. And then, I don't know what was happening in the background because I wasn't actually in the team yet. So that was probably like, I was like, oh, I'm in big trouble now. Because obviously Chaz and DeBore were like a well-oiled machine. And then, just didn't
work out.
Didn't work. It's like the car started fast. I was 5th, race 1 for Walkinshaw. I'm like, oh, this is sweet.
And
then it just...
Well, before we get into the Walkinshaw years, which I'm sure you're keen to talk about, we've got to do a few ad reads here. So, just want to thank some of our sponsors. So, actually, one of our big ones is Quadlock. Quadlock has just launched their first ever backpack. So that's pretty cool. It's been designed in partnership with Chule, which is pretty exciting. Aimed at people who are always on the move, commuting, traveling, everyday carry. That just makes sense for daily life. So I reckon that actually will go pretty good for me. I might get one. If it's anything like Quadlock's other gear, it'll be durable, smartly designed, and built to last. I'm keen to try it myself. The bag is currently on pre-order and looking to launch in early Feb. Head to quadlockcase.net and use the discount code LuckyDogs10 to save.
And my favourite one, Lancasters.
Yep.
So our good friends at Lancasters, tell them that Lucky Dogs have sent you to get a Lucky Dogs merch pack and go on the draw to win a hot lap. So with either one of us, but we haven't decided who with yet. But that'll be pretty cool. So when you get your car serviced or buy a new or used car, check them out at lancastersmotors.com.au.
Yep. And our final one, someone who's supported me for a long time now is KMC Wheels. I was actually there this morning doing a bit of filming. So Wheel Pros Australia, has the world's most iconic brands: Fuel Off-Road, KMC, Rotiform, and American Racing. Off-road toughness and street performance. They've got everything. I picked up my new KMCs for my Raptor this morning, which everyone voted on. So thanks for that. I'm actually really happy with the ones I've got. So get them, put it on tomorrow, and looking forward to seeing what they look like. So thanks to KMC Wheels. Make sure if you're looking for some new tough wheels for your full drive, make sure you check them out.
And I assume you got 12s because to lower the Raptor down so you can get in and out of them.
Yeah, I've got small wheels on it so I can hop up in.
Yeah, it looks like one of those...
Specially designed.
It looks like one of those Mexican hydraulic things. This one's got really small wheels.
Oh, you're so mean to me.
Is there a discount though for buying a car from them, or is it Lucky Dogs 10 or something?
Yeah, Lucky Dogs 10.
Lucky Dogs 50?
Yeah.
Will's paying?
Yeah, we've got to pay it. Oh, God. So, Rick, there was some interesting stuff in there. That was good. Yeah.
I have an array of stories, Will.
Oh, we could be here for a long time. Well, I guess we can get into the Walkinshaw side of it. Like you said, you rolled out pretty strong straight out the box. Thought this is the right decision. I've made it, and it's all uphill.
Had not made it. It was disappointing. Obviously, it was for me. I wanted to go back and kind of, I guess, give back to Ryan and Martine, and they spent so much to get me to where I was. I was like, if I can go back there and be solid, try and hopefully win a championship, win races, it would, a bit of a thank you to them. So that was probably the most disappointing personal part for me personally, because I didn't feel like I did anything to be like, thanks, what you did all these years ago was worth it. So that's disappointing, but it was probably just didn't really click. Sometimes you don't know why. And it gets to a point where you're like, nothing you do to the car makes you feel happy with it. So it was like, this is not going to work. So, but I met really good people along the way. I got to work with Shippy, which was really good. Yeah. He had some really cool stories back of the 888 stuff of what they used to do. So, I don't regret it. And actually, myself and Chaz had never really spoken up until I drove there. And then I'm like, actually, we're really good mates. Like, we get on really well.
It was such a weird dynamic at the time, because I remember you joining there and everyone was like, I don't think these two are going to get along. This is so weird. And then all of a sudden you're like best mates. You're like, what's going on here?
All it took was going bowling together before the Sydney round, and he's a bandit. He's like, if you don't get a 8 or something, you have to do your whole vessel. This is like the Monday of the event. I'm trying to be all serious and all healthy, coming into the new big team. And next thing I'm like, we can't walk. Because he's good at bowling. He's good at everything.
You can't drink with him because he's so competitive, and he is amazing. I used to go down there as a rookie, and he'd be like, oh yeah, let's play table tennis, sting pong, or you have to scull. Turns out he's a bloody pro at table tennis. So a couple of weeks later, he's like, come down, we'll go out jet ski. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not drinking. And he's like, righto, we won't drink. So we go out on the jet ski, come back, re-locked us out of the house accidentally, and there's darts. So he's like, oh, we might as well have a beer and play darts. And then next minute I'm blind because he's told me that if you miss something, you have to drink. So now I just avoid it.
You have to. If it's anything to do with... He did it to me in Sydney for the Toyota launch. He came back with that ABC shot.
Like, that's right. I forgot about that.
I was the only one. He's like, oh, no, you didn't get the right score. You have to do an ABC shot. I'm like, that is like literally poison. Like, why?
And ladies and gentlemen, our 2025 champion, Chaz Mostert.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, he's a band.
But he's big and he can handle his alcohol. And then there's me, and he forces you. Like he not forces you, but he always beats you.
He has a little tactic that he does.
Yeah,
he won't give it away.
Yeah, well, that's true.
He's a bandit.
Yeah, but always fun.
Very fun. You think he's drinking as much as you, but he's good at...
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, well, let that drink go.
Yeah.
On body sods, it's water.
Yeah, no, he is good at that. So, but that would have been a good couple of years.
It was amazing fun with him.
Yeah.
Like, if he wasn't there, I probably would have just like quit on the spot and be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever had a teammate that you don't like? Like that, not that you don't like, but that, I've never had it with a teammate where you're like, don't get along with them. I reckon that'd be super awkward.
me and Hilly didn't get along at the start.
Really?
No, because I think he was starting to get going, and then I rocked up, and he probably thought this guy's no good because I had a bad 2 years, and then we went to the first test day and like smoked him, and I'm like, I'm actually not bad. Like I can drive. Like I've just had a pretty bad 2 years, and I think he thought he was going to lead MSR, and then I kind of arrived, and he's like, oh. So we like clashed a little bit, and then
Not a rude way, but where did he get that from? Like, wasn't he a rookie coming in?
he was his second year.
Oh, was it his? Who did he? Oh,
He had
you came when it
yeah.
was his second. Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes more sense.
And like he's very dedicated to it, and he's won everything on the way. So
Yeah.
we clashed a little bit, but then I think he realised that it's easy just to be mates. But the team still thought we hated each other. It was hilarious.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
We used to help each other a lot that they never knew.
Yep.
They thought there was an issue. But anyway, what are you doing here?
I was just checking. It said someone was at my garage at home.
Oh
I was
my
just checking I wasn't getting robbed, but it's just my mates doing gym at my house. I just worked out. I just saw him running, and I was like, nah, no one's stealing my stuff. So
yeah.
it's all right.
No bad teammates.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Except for you now.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's over.
Oh, I don't do anything too bad. Yeah, right. Yeah, so the Walkinshaw thing was just, I guess sometimes it just happens. Like it was kind of a weird time because you talk to anyone during that time and they're like, oh, but Nick's better than he's coming. Why isn't it working? Like even AE, he's like, Nick's a good driver. I don't know what's happening there. Like
It wasn't like 15th bad. It was last row,
Last. Getting
like
last.
second and a half off.
Oh.
I remember coming up because that was obviously the first year of Gen 3, and then like,
Oh, that thing was bad.
we were, obviously. Like,
was it Perth? I remember watching you and Chaz. Was it Perth
Yeah.
23 or something when we were running good? I remember looking at you guys. I'm like, holy.
I think we went to set up Wizards and they got the right wrong.
Yeah.
And we're driving around with the thing on the ground. Like, no, it's just you guys. You just don't know what you're doing around Perth. And then
Four corners, you don't know what you're doing.
And I had this random race. I got to 10th and Chaz was like, you're a god. He was still last. But yeah, we battled it out for last.
That was last year of Gen 2, wasn't it? Yeah. That's last year.
Before Gen 3.
Oh,
Yeah. We're like literally back row bandits and we're like dooring each other to not be last.
Yeah, was it the right height like 20 mil off or
It
something?
wouldn't, well, how thick's this normal scale pad?
Oh, I don't know. It was really, that was really
huge.
bad. Do you not remember that? They were like,
I remember how slow they were. I do.
Yeah.
That first year. And I remember watching it. I think I remember the articles between we're going to bounce back and all this.
Oh, it's pretty
typical
easy.
stuff.
The right height in the right spot.
The worst part is when the car's that bad, you are wheeling it so much harder. Like you could go out and
it
be
just
in a
makes it
good car.
worse.
Oh, and you're just trying so hard to stay. Yeah, like you say, you just burn up your tires and that everything ends up worse.
But then the Ford didn't start well that year. But obviously they had everything going on anyway.
Yep.
So
So you did 1 year of the Gen 2 and then
when
1 year of the Gen 3?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
and the Gen 3 was the real nail in the coffin.
That was it.
Because that was, I remember you being like last row, second half.
Yeah.
Some of the joints. I'm like, oh.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think someone told me they found something in that rig after me, but that's always the rumours.
Yeah.
I think it was Holdsworth told me. I'll throw him under the bus.
Can't be that far off. Like,
Well, I rocked up at Bathurst and qualified 4th.
yeah, that's
3 months later.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then won the next race.
I remember
Grand Prix.
Yeah, well, there would have been a big difference going from the Ford to the Camaro at that time as well.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Far out. So then what, like, how'd they tell you, like, you already knew with the team you're out at the end of Gen 3? Like, you had an idea?
I saw what Woody was doing in Super 2.
Oh, true.
And I'm like, it would make sense. Like, so no one fought it, no one did anything. And then I can't remember if they said to stay and do co-driving if I had nothing. And even that, I was like, I'm not interested. Like, it just didn't work for me there. So, but I could see how good Woody was going. And I'm like, we'd be stupid not to, like, try.
Yeah.
So he felt really awkward. I remember he was at the Sydney Motorsport Park test ride day. And there was like chat getting through the team. And I just went up to him like, Woody, I know you're driving it. It does not bother me. I'm like, be my guest. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, here it is. Here we go.
Yeah. So,
right.
poor Woody.
And then obviously that led into MSR.
Yep.
Obviously signing there, and
It was good.
yeah, and then had that sort of go. First year, like you rolled out super strong first year.
Yeah, we always did.
Yeah.
2 years in a row, rolled out like crazy fast.
Yep.
I remember that. We're always like, even the first test day, we're like, oh, Nick's fast. Like,
Yeah, no. I was like, how good is this?
Yeah. We were like, oh, so you're our benchmark, like, because we have that customer deal. We can see their setups and that all the time, and a lot of the time you're right up with me and Brock the whole time. So we would look at my data always, your data, and Brock's data. That's what we were comparing to,
Especially for AE because he knew how I drove.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was cool. Like getting to see what that customer thing was. Like, I think I rang you on the way home or saw you at the end of the test day, and I'm like, we actually get everything.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why are you giving us all this information? Because I'm just not used to it. So I couldn't believe it. So, it was really cool. And then the first year was good. The second year started good, like far out 1-2 at Grand Prix and stuff. And then, to be honest, I don't know really what happened behind the scenes. I think I'm very black and white. So when, I was just like, well, we're doing things wrong. We should probably fix it. And it just didn't get perceived that well.
Yep.
But when you go to a successful team that's winning, those conversations are had. That's a normal conversation.
Yeah.
And they would always just be like, oh, Nick, you're upset with us. So you're just saying this stuff. I'm like, well, I'm not actually upset. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to like lead you the right direction. But
we always say that at Triple Eight, nothing's personal.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take stuff as personal because we're a team that's trying to move forward. If you take it as personal, you can't give people criticism then.
It's the same the way, like, man, I have to be pretty harsh on these kids in my kart team sometimes. It doesn't mean I hate them. Like,
if they hate that when you're paying someone and they're being harsh, that's Nick now.
Yes. No, but like, I want the feedback, and I'm like, well, do you want to listen to it or not? Like, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Do you want
because otherwise, what's the point of your dad coming here and spending the money to have me like help you?
Do you want the feedback? Just tap your credit card for another $200 and I'll give it to you.
Yeah, here's a machine. Bailey, come here.
No, we don't do that.
Yeah, right. Well, so yeah, the MSR thing just sort of, there was a lot of rumors around that but pretty, I don't know if it was late or early, but that was probably
I feel like they were early.
That was early.
July?
Yeah.
Early.
There was chat that I wasn't going to be driving the Ipswich.
Oh, really?
It was like the Monday of the event. I'm like, I probably should get told soon because I could just stay home. Like,
Don't make me drive out here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like traffic shit to Ipswich. But yeah, I was probably, the J&D thing was kicking off pretty big. So like, I love racing, and like, I'm going to hate it when you guys roll out for practice 1 at Sydney.
Yeah.
Because I drove the 86 for like a lap the other day. And then today I'm suddenly building myself a KZ kart. Like, I'm like, I just want to drive something again. So it's going to suck, and not being in the field sucks. But at that point, when there's all this crap going on in the team, I was just like, I've been around long enough.
Yeah.
You know what? I like, say what you want, do what you want. It does not bother me. Yeah. But I have a 2-year deal, so you need to sort it out. So I had 2 more years to go. So I was like, but my original plan, I said it the first year, I'm like, if Hill ever leaves, get Batesy, then run my contract out with Batesy so he can develop a bit. And then when I'm done, he takes over the lead thing, or he'll probably be the lead driver by then. And then I co-drive with him. I tried to map out this really good thing.
Yep.
But yeah, then when it all hit the fan, I was like, it doesn't bother me. Just whatever you want, do what you want. You got good things.
Like, show me the money and I'll
leave. Yeah. Pretty much what happens. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to.
Yeah, you're not just going to leave. No, not at all.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, but then
J&D had taken off of it. Like, we were always seeing you do a lot with your
100%.
team.
Like, it wasn't going to be that big, but then I heard the rumors that I wasn't driving the Ipswich, and it was like the same week that I had a meeting to take over the Parallel karting import. And I was like, is the world telling me something? Like, maybe this is the right time to do it. And then a couple of years earlier, Jamie said to me when I went to MSR, or I wasn't sure what I was doing, he's like, hey, if you want to come here, would always consider it. I think he actually wrote, if you don't want to be in a team wobbling around or something. It sounds like something you'd say in this message. And I was like, you don't want to be that back or something. And I was like, no, cool. I'm going to MSR. Like, we got the support that Triple Eight give, and it rolled out good for 2 years. And I think I rang him. I was like, is that offer still there? Like, I think I might call it. So if there's an opportunity, and then he hadn't decided yet.
Yeah.
So then he got through his thing into Bathurst, and I think he rang me after Bathurst. He's like, let's do this. So it was if I was going there or your place, it was a bit of an easy decision, made it.
Gives you a chance, like you still get to drive a car, gives you a chance to win Bathurst.
Yeah.
It's all those things. Like I can see why people sort of, when you get to that scenario of, I don't think I can win races anymore with the team I'm with.
Yeah.
It sort of makes sense.
I've always Todd, it's like same thing.
Literally. Yeah. I've always said though, like, I have no desire to be that guy that retires when you're like welded to 20th.
Yep.
I'm like, we're not there to do that. None of us are wired to be that guy.
Painful.
Like it's
I'd hate
harder to be back there than it is at the front.
Yeah.
Like it's just hell. You're getting abused online. Everyone thinks you're an idiot. The team hates you. You're crashing. Like, it's not fun. You're at the front, you're just like having a cigarette.
And then people are like, you're getting to drive a supercar. It must be amazing. Like, I'm sorry, but
yeah, you can drive it.
Yeah.
So I'd always actually wanted, I'd never stepped foot in Triple Eight, and I always wondered what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I can go there, that's amazing. And then I was actually talking to Davo a little bit, and I was like, I'd love to go to DJR because it was something I felt like I should have done maybe ages ago. So I was like, both would be cool options. So that was a pretty easy decision though, to go alongside with Brock and go there. And the first day I went there, I was like, I have made the right decision, I think, for what I'm doing. So
sort of walk through the doors at that place. And
especially, well, it's nothing against MSR at all, but like it's a fairly big difference in just the
it's the
property.
The trophies when you walk in.
Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, if I didn't have that probably in the back of my mind on the back burner, it would have been I probably would have fought Matt a lot harder to stay in.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can actually go drive at a big team and make sure the J&D thing's doing its thing.
And you got to actually tell us about, me and you spoke, I think, at the Christmas party about how you nearly weren't actually good co-driving at Triple Eight due to a small email error.
Yeah. Admin error from Nick. I can't remember whenever we did the deal with Jamie, and then I remember he texted me at the Gold Coast. I don't know, you would obviously get a lot of texts from him, and I just thought it was like, pumped to have you on board, like, let's go. It was like, that's a nice message on Sunday morning. He's like, sorry to message on race day. I'm like, that's fine. So I'm thinking like Monday this contract will come through. It's all done, like we've verbally agreed on everything. I've seen the draft. It's all sweet. And then a week goes by and I'm like, he's been busy, like they're in the finals and there's a bit going on. And then it gets like midway through the next week and then all the rumors about Will start kicking off. And I'm like, hold on. He'll just go to Triple Eight. Like, he's best mates with Jamie. And I like ring Jamie at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, hey mate, I was real nervous because I didn't want him to say like, oh, you're out. I'm like, oh, did you end up sending that contract? He's like, yeah, we sent it weeks ago. We've been waiting for you to send it back. Like, thought you're holding out on us. I'm like, dude, send it right now and I will sign it. And it came through like at 8 o'clock that night or something. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And then, the Will stuff came out the next day. I was like, wow, that was probably a lucky miss.
Yeah.
Oh, like, well, it was a miss for someone.
So you were just sitting at home like, I don't know if they want me actually. Like,
well, Brock was obviously talking to me a lot. And I'm like, I don't know, just because obviously I've known Jamie and Will forever. Like I lived with Davo when I was in Formula Ford.
Yep.
I'm like, they're like best friends. So if he's out, I could easily, I'm like, I don't think Jamie would do that. Like that's probably not the way he runs his business, but I'm like, he definitely could do it. There's no signature on anything. So
like Jamie's very black and white. Like, wants the best for the team.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't call you though. It was weeks have passed.
Well, he sent me, it turns out, these cryptic text messages saying, can't wait. Like, I think he was like prompting me to be like, sign the thing.
Hey, Nick.
But he didn't realize I hadn't got it because I went to my junk folder.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway, that was a relief.
Yeah.
Bailey was looking at me like, "Are you serious? Like, what are you doing over there?"
You idiot.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, probably should have a manager.
So
Yeah.
one thing we skipped over was back last year was Tassie.
Yeah.
Oh, man, when we ran into each other in pit lane, I forgot we had this on the thing. That was funny, actually.
Duddo wasn't happy.
Oh, no, he wasn't happy.
He's very good in the steward's room.
He is very good in the steward's room.
I'm like, he's going to get me a 20 grand fine at this rate.
You're just like, I'm sorry, Duddo.
Yeah, I'm like,
I was like, because it's so hard I guess, I don't know if we can talk about it now, but it's so hard at Tassie to get out of the road.
it is. Yeah.
And I was like going down the back straight, wobbling around, get out of the road, and I could see I held Nick up a bit, and I was like, oh no. And then we came in the pits. Actually, we might have got into it on the warm down lap.
I think we're just close to each other.
We're just close to each other. Then we came in and he must have brake tested. And I was like, oh shit. No. Did I hit you or you hit me?
I just didn't brake hard enough into the lane.
Oh, and then.
So I pushed the limiter button early and then just coasted in and just into rear bar. But then as I start hitting you, I think you just jammed the brakes on, yeah?
Yeah,
Tell the truth now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he was getting flogged at that point.
He was.
Yeah, I was probably had the shits about
I wanted to give you a nudge and it ended up in a car accident.
All of our cars are just, it ended up a little nudge in pit lane to just everything broken on the cars.
So what was Duddo like in the steward's room?
He's very impressive.
Oh, he is.
He literally had me I was screwed. And I'm like, oh God, I can't afford a fine.
Me and you were looking at each other like, actually,
we're trying to get out of it.
Yeah, we're trying to both get out of it. We're like, it's not that bad. Yeah. And Duddo, but it actually
hurt the car.
It's full cave the rear bar. It was a fair bit of damage.
He said it was the most damage he's seen in the back of a Gen 3 car ever. I'm like, well, mate, you're at the front normally. You're at the front normally. No one can get to the back of that thing. Everyone wants to drill you.
Yeah. He's pretty funny in this George because he gets he sometimes gets emotional when he's talking.
He does.
No, but he's a bit he's very black and white he's very to the point, but he generally more times than not. And it's not people think that we always get off because they're favouring Triple Eight. It's more that he's just so good in there.
He's very well studied.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
I honestly think if at one point the stewards are like, we're excluding him, he's going home. I'm like, oh my God. How do we... I was looking at you
oh, we missed out on something.
This back.
And I'm like, no, it's not too bad.
We forgot about New Zealand, the burnout.
I was about to bring... Oh, the burnout. Yeah.
I thought you were going to bring out the other one.
No. Yeah, the burnout.
I was just doing it for the fans.
I thought it was awesome.
Weren't you getting arrested, getting deported?
Well, apparently there was cops at the track to try and take the car.
We did see that.
Supercars stopped that. I think they genuinely stopped that. And then they were like, you can't race. And then I got out of that. And then I got...
Maybe explain what it was for.
Oh,
yeah.
So, yeah.
We did the track to town.
First one, wasn't it, ever?
No, we've done heaps.
No. JC had set the standard with burnouts in the track to town.
Yeah, we'd already done them.
Really?
Yeah.
But anyway, we did it in New Zealand the year before.
Yeah.
And the New Zealand one's the best one because it's a long drive. The cops does 100. Anyway, got it carried away. Saw people doing some skids. I think actually all of you in front of me did it. Probably not you guys. Triple Eight might not allow it. Davo definitely did. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I did a little bit of a skid, bit of brake pressure as well.
Yeah.
And then did another one a bit further around. And then, just kicked off. And I think the fine was we'd have to ring Tim Edwards. It was massive. I'm like, I physically don't have that much money. Huge money. And I'm like, just take my life. I'm done. I'm not paying that fine. And then we got it to, I was like, I'll do community service. And then they sent through this thing, again, it was going to my junk mail. Junk mail. No, it was going to Matt. And then Matt wasn't forwarding the info to me and then I was getting the shits. But they're like, Nick, when are you doing this community service? And they sent it through. And it was basically equivalent of 9 till 5 for 2 weeks in New Zealand. And I'm like, don't take this the wrong way, but I run a business. I can't go to New Zealand for 2 weeks. And I actually sent Tim Edwards or showed him my schedule. And I'm like, if you can find a 3-day block in the next 6 months, it's yours. And they couldn't find one. So it's still, I think if I go to New Zealand.
It's outstanding.
Probably outstanding.
So we just can't do a co-drive event in New Zealand.
Oh, I think I'll probably make that known at Bathurst.
You would.
Hang on a second, let me write this down right out. Yeah, make sure Nick does community service Bathurst Day.
Daly was like, we got engaged in Queenstown and we're going to have our wedding there. And she's like, Well, now you've just ruined it. Knowing you're like, we'll get there, and they're like, we won't let you through the border. I'm like, it can't be that bad.
You go there for your wedding, get locked up for not doing your community service.
I was like, I'll go do like a day at one of the tracks with a driving school thing. Like, I'm happy to do it, but they actually asked for an astronomical amount of time, which was physically impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So did the punishment end up being bigger for rear-ending him or doing the burnout?
I think you got $5,000.
Yeah, no, I had to pay money. I had to pay money. I think it was like $4 or $5,000.
Do you remember when we? Do you remember when I?
Don't worry.
I'll be paying for all the dinners while you're co-driving.
Yes, take me to that same steak place.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I flashed you and Quali in the shootout, and then Duddo was in there?
Yeah, and you nearly got that
Distraction
as well.
No, I was never getting.
Was that for you're distracting him?
Yeah, for distracting him.
Yeah.
Duddo's like, oh, you can't distract anyone in cricket. It's very unsportsmanlike. And I'm like, in the room, I go, have you ever watched like AFL soccer or
cricket? They literally abuse each other on the field.
But he had like all these like references to all these things, and I'm just like, what about AFL?
Yeah,
And he's just like
50,000 people abusing you when you try to get
Yeah, far out. That's the New Zealand one was funny. I just find it so hard in the car, the urge when you see like a kid and like people stand there and they're like, come on, do a burnout. And I'm just like, I want to do this right now.
I actually gained like, I think it was like 4,500 followers.
Yeah.
From New Zealand. They loved it. There's all these people like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. That's what it should be like. That's like the old days. I'm like, I've done a good thing for the sport.
Right.
Sport didn't see it that way.
I just love the rumours that are going around when you see the cops there and you just
In the group chat?
in the group chat,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and they're like, they've locked Nick up, and I'm like, oh no, Nick's.
I think I played along with it. Did you believe me? Or?
I don't know.
I don't have any of your phone, so it wouldn't surprise me.
well, speaking of good things, you've obviously, karting team's obviously up and running now. You're doing some 86 stuff as well, which I think is great because I think you've come through the ranks, been successful, won a Bathurst, done it all, and we've all had made mistakes along the way. So, you know, for the next generation, it's always good to pass that information on. So what's that experience been like, you know, dealing with dads? Because I do it a fair bit, and sometimes it's quite challenging.
You know, at the go-kart track when like, you might not have been before your time. Now we have all these like fancy tents.
Yeah.
I have threatened that many times. I'm like, there's a pop-up in the truck. Take your kid and your go-kart. You can borrow my pop-up and just go away. Like, I just flip out. Like,
have you banned parents yet?
No, I just got rid of the driver, the whole thing.
No, but like, what do you say to the parents like when they come in, like, because
I feel like parents are just so passionate.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing. Like, they're not trying to be, but it's just they
they
always get into it, don't they?
it's the same as like, you guys know me, I'm just honest or whatever I think is the
no,
truth.
No filter, Nick.
Yeah. But I just sit down with them. I'm like, hey, come out in the truck and we sit down or wherever and just have a heart-to-heart about it. You know, like, and we're just trying to settle it down. And yeah, it's hard. Like we had 8 or 7 or 8 drivers last year, but now on our roster for this year, there's 18 in karting. Like it's massive. And then there's 5 in 86s. It's a lot of parents.
Yeah.
Which the parents, like my dad was the same, like very passionate, got me to where I am, but probably caused a ruckus on the way. I think Mick Ritter banned him in Formula Ford. He literally said to him, here's a tech chair, F off to the hill and watch. Because like, it was a distraction. So a lot of the parents, they either have a mechanic now, which is good, or they've been around J&D long enough that they know the process. They go, the cart arrives, 9 times out of 10, the setup that we arrive is the correct one. We do this crazy thing where we go around a big circle and then for the final, we just put it back to where it came.
Yeah.
And then they've kind of learned like, okay, just lube the chain, make the driver drive well. Nick will do a setup change if it needs it.
Yeah.
My team is amazing now. Like the culture is crazy good. So very, very fortunate. And that's partly to the parents because they've been around me now long enough. And then when the new guys come in, they kind of get, they must go have beers or something. Yep. And they're like, oh, how do we like handle like this? And like, what do we not say to offend Nick or, you know, how do we just get on with the team? Because everyone comes to our team because they want the environment, which is quite cool.
Oh, I can tell you what, like I remember back in the go-karting days, if you could drive for a supercar driver's team, get that experience, deal with you and all that. Like it's pretty cool for a lot of the go-kart kids to be able to even, you know, talk to you, ask you all questions, you know, try and learn anything they can.
We do.
Like
We do everything. We do like iRacing nights. We have all the kids on iRacing. Like all the Cadet 9s are on there, just causing havoc, like absolute mayhem. And then like the 86 program's cool because now we're into cars, which is way more up my alley for recency. You know, like, so when we're at Winton on Monday, I could jump in all the cars and give them a little shakedown after we've rebuilt them to be like, yep, your car feels the same as his car. So the data will be good. Yep. The balance felt the same. The gearbox feels good because they don't know. They've never driven a car.
Yeah, that's like you don't know what you don't know, right?
Exactly.
100%.
Betting brakes and all this random stuff that they've never done. So teach him like how to do a track map.
Yep.
How to debrief. I need notes from you after the test day so we know what to fix in the workshop. Like it's all that stuff.
It's just even like you say, like the debriefs, pre-briefs, and all that. I never once did that with a junior team I was with.
We did that in karting.
And that's right. You guys are doing that. Like I never did any pre-briefs, any track maps, anything until maybe Super 2. I might have done a couple, but that's just the stuff that you have knowledge of. You've worked in high-level race teams 100%. That you can just start implementing from a junior level.
That's what helps the karters. So they come in and they're all emotional and adrenaline. And the first thing they do, they know they have to go to the toolbox and get their track map. Look. And they sit down quiet and they all fill it out. And that 15 minutes, the adrenaline goes away, the emotion goes away, and they can actually have a conversation. Yep. So 2 of my 86 drivers have never had that because they didn't really do karting that much. So Monday, Winton, I'm like, hey, up in the truck, do your track map after each session. And they're like, what's that? So I don't realize how much my karters are doing in J&D. So when they get to cars, like Harry, who's been with me forever, he's just up there, he's just doing his track map. Like that's what we do. It's a big head start.
I feel like too, a lot of the karting kids that come up through now, they do like lots of testing, lots of practice, but it's, they do laps, but they're not really learning. They
become robots.
They become robots type thing. And then I think what you're doing, because you're truly passionate about it, you can obviously teach them, what you've learned along the way and actually getting them to understand what they're doing. Because that's the thing, they actually don't really know what they're doing half the time. And then they get to a car and it takes them a long time to adapt
100%.
Because they haven't learned, what's what or what does what. So you see it like all the time down at like Norwell and stuff. But
the silly thing is like, what hands device to buy?
Yeah.
What angle? What side? Like just simple things. Like it's insane. Yeah. Like one of my Harry ended up borrowing my helmet hands because the one thankfully they didn't buy it. They just borrowed someone's and it was the wrong angle.
Yep.
But they didn't know.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm like, I'll just chuck my stuff on.
Yeah.
Like because it's there. And he's like, oh, this is way better. I'm like, yeah, so that's what you need to buy.
Yep. Well, I've got to give a quick shout out to my little cousin Jay because he's obviously driving for your team this season for a couple of races.
Yep, he'll join later in the year. Once he's back from Europe.
Fast, isn't he?
Hey, he's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have big problems when he gets to supercars.
Yeah.
He's going F1. He's going
F1.
F1.
Yeah. No, it's IndyCar.
IndyCar?
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, he wants to get in IndyCar.
That's what I tell all my drivers.
Yeah.
If you're not going to supercars, IndyCar.
Yeah.
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 The tan thing looked like a race car. He got attitude.
Yeah.
And ruthless.
Oh,
yeah. So good.
When I was in
He's
Perth.
a Kostecki.
Yeah. I've been trying to talk to him when I was in Perth and I was talking to his dad, my uncle, just recently because I've been watching some of his races like back from overseas and he is just like...
Did you see that one at the end of last year in Macau?
Oh, we're watching it again. I said, you look back. I said, you look back 5 times at one lap, and I said, you're only going to lead on the last lap. Like, you don't have to lead because he wants to lead every single lap of every race.
Made that final mayhem.
Yeah, so yeah, he did. So like
insane.
But he just did a race recently that he won, and I think he got relegated back a little bit. But he let the guy lead every single race and passed him with like 3 corners to go. So he's learning. He's learning.
He's fast.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, right. Oh, well,
that's going to be exciting, running Kostecki.
Yeah, that made it exciting.
If he's not running well, I'll be coming down to see you, Nick.
Yeah.
And
I'll be giving you a deck chair.
Oh, that's awesome. And obviously you also do it with your partner, Bailey. She's pretty involved in it.
Yeah, so she's a team manager of the Toyotas.
Yeah,
so
right.
I help her a lot, but she's emailing Paul Martin.
I'll go see her instead, actually.
Yeah, go to the boss. Everyone calls her the CEO. So today, she's emailing Toyota with Paul Martin and stuff like that to get all the info and sup-regs about what's happening for round 1. And it's actually insane. I don't know how she does it.
Remember I used to look and see this prim and proper thing and then you were like, and then I was talking to her somewhere and she's like, yeah, I'm just about to drive the truck to Emerald because it's racing. And I'm like, are you doing what? Like,
she drove to Emerald by herself because we had a test day on. I was meant to drive.
I remember that.
Yeah. But then she sets up her marquee.
That ring, when she puts it on her hand, better fall down and she better need 2
That's one thing I did right. I spent a bit of money there.
Yeah, that's good.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And my dad's just like, how does she know how to do all this stuff? I'm like, I don't know. She just does it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's
Not a lot would probably want to just go to a because it's
go-kart
dirty
track.
race.
I
Like go-kart tracks get dirty, dusty. They're not that much fun, but she seems
She's
to like it.
furious that she's now the head of the Toyota thing. And I'm like, you get to go to the good tracks to the garage or like a nice setup and no dirt. And she's like, no, I want to be at the kart track.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the fun bit. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you?
Oh, that's awesome. Well, great to hear and awesome chatting, but we've got a couple of Q&As, so fire away, Ainsley.
Favorite race car of all time?
Oh,
All time. I love my Formula Ford because I won a lot.
you bought it back, didn't you?
Yeah, you
It's
have
at
it.
the workshop, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I've got that. The Cup car was cool.
Yeah.
Just the Michelin tyre. But
Cool.
to be honest, our supercars are.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I love driving the supercar when it's hooked up. It's as good as I think it's as good and more rewarding than when I drove like the Ferrari GT3 years ago and stuff like that.
Yep.
I think so too, because they're such snot
Agreed.
boxes to drive.
Correct.
And when they're good, it's just
Incredible.
You feel like you're just invincible.
But sometimes, like you say in the Ferrari, you hit the ABS a few times and
Yeah.
everything just saves you, and you're like, yeah, that was an all right lap. Where the supercar, you have to be like
Yeah.
perfect.
So to be honest, I think honestly it is the supercar when they're hooked up there.
Cool.
Is there anyone past or present that you've had proper beef with in supercars?
I probably had beef with everyone.
I don't think we've ever had a run in.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually, which is pretty, we've had a few runs
I
amongst
think
people.
we would have run into each other a couple of times, but Tassie was the most common.
I think there was only once with you. I was like in quali, and you told me that I was an idiot or something. I was like, that's pretty fair enough. Yeah,
I can't, actually, yeah, something, I can't remember something.
Gold Coast or something. I literally went to say something to you, but you probably had a prick of a session. You just lit me up. I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. You're like, we'll fit it next to each other.
You walked into the,
I never got in the garage. I was in
Yeah,
the back
that's right.
trying to get you. That was it.
No, you said I gave you dirty air last sector, remember?
Yeah, I felt like it was stopped. I remember this. Nah.
No, it was you having a bad session, not me.
Yeah,
I remember now, yeah.
No, I've never
was it.
really.
I think
To
I
be
just
honest,
said F off. And I was
You did, yeah. And I was like, no, it's fair play. I was just trying to find a reason.
It was in your Walkinshaw year, so I'll let it go.
No, I don't think so. Really? I had a run in with Jamie by accident, but
yeah.
it wasn't even his fault. Had to apologise to him the next morning.
Yeah. Send the message. It's real awkward.
No, I had to go up there, roll him.
Oh. Face to face.
Sorry.
We had Peterson question. What's it like playing second fiddle to Nelson?
Ah.
Must be tough.
Do you reckon if you were drowning in Nelson, who would she?
Oh, Nelson.
Nelson.
She's always like, if we ever break up, the dog's mine. I'm like, he was mine. Like, it's my dog. No, I don't. So it's actually bad. I post a photo of a car, gets like no likes. Post a photo of Nelson, huge likes. Bailey, huge likes. Posted anything to do
I
with
don't
Nick
know why.
person. Yeah, you're a creep. You're like super liking it. But then I post something of like my life and it's like nothing. So if it's a dog, it's that people come up in the street when we're walking and like, is this Nelson? I'm like, yeah. They're like just hanging out. They do not care about anything I've done, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
How do you feel going back to driving a Ford? We had a couple questions about you had a few tweets back in the day, so we had.
Just lit them up probably.
Do you lit him up?
Yeah, you
Probably
did.
when it caught fire, to be fair.
All right. We'll have to. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had a bad run. Well, I'm excited now. Brody's sorted it out for you.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Well, it didn't look too bad at the end.
Yeah. Here we go. He'll whinge.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
I like that.
Go on.
Well, you're driving one now.
I'm happy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Well, they won the
let's clip this
championship.
up.
Won the-
Let's clip this.
It did win the
It
championship.
did win
It's
the
currently the
championship.
best car in the world.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go.
Anywho, I'm excited for the next phase because I think there's been a lot of development and it hasn't caught fire for a few years.
Last one. What are the next category plans for JND after Toyota?
I've actually been looking at this. Super 2's off the radar now because of the Gen 3 thing. So whenever that comes in, that'll be way too expensive, I think.
Yeah.
Thought, surely? Advice?
I don't know. There'll be a lot of stuff left over
There will be, but like,
because we've ran the cars for longer than.
oh, yeah,
Expected,
true.
so
By the
there'll
time
be-
that happens.
Yeah.
It's getting so like some of the figures you get thrown around that some of the families are paying for Super 2 and that, like maybe it works out because it used to be nearly half of what it is now.
Pretty sure it was like 450 when I did it. Now it's
Yeah,
at like 8
750 or 800
Yeah.
or something. Like,
on a good day.
TA2.
TA2, yeah. Cup car.
Cup car would be cool.
Because then you get the mission, like, because I like the junior program stuff. So you can
Yeah.
do like the challenge and try and get the Porsche
Yep.
program thing. Actually, I'm trying to. Did you ever remember Ford Kart Stars back in the day? Nah.
I remember.
Yeah, like Winterbottom and all that did that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I need to actually hit up Ford and be like, we need to be the Ford Kart Star team back in the day. Need to bring it back.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, probably Porsche or something.
Yeah, cool.
I need to actually like walk, crawl, run, not just like try and be like
Run
at
through
that
it.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm happy with what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, cool.
No, that sounds good. Oh, well, thanks for the chat. That was a lot of fun.
Are you going to sponsor us, by the way?
Um,
I saw you throwing money
yeah.
around at the Gold Coast.
Brody, have we got any money?
Yeah. Well, this is all new stuff, so
Yeah.
you don't know what's being bought here. I've
No, I
realised.
don't know. It goes on. Oh, actually, no, we split it.
Well, considering you've done no labour whatsoever, I think you should.
I've got to pay.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Who's
I'm
your
backing you
who do
in
think
here
we need to
because-
back? Because I think this year we want to. Last year we were like more like people who were taking the piss a little bit and having fun with their videos. But this year we want to try and like if we're going to do it. Obviously, I sponsored Zach through my own thing, but we want to more do people that we believe in. You know what I mean? Like not saying we didn't believe in our ones we did, but you know what I mean. We want to choose people that are just like that.
Oh gosh.
We're gonna do mentor.
But it's not. Last year we were like it was like more fun. You know what I mean? Where this year it's like a bit more like we want to do like maybe a bit of a scholarship type thing, like mentoring. We'll wait and see. It's Brody's going to do all the mentoring.
Smart. Like,
Yeah,
I'll pay the bill.
I'm just wondering who's going to have the time to do all this.
You got plenty on your hands. You got plenty of time.
Oh, no,
What do you
I'll
mean?
be polishing all my trophies.
I will just confirm though, like he does these social media posts about you doing nothing.
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand, just for everyone playing at home. Like you do nothing. Even I helped move this table. You weren't even here.
I was eating my grilled burger.
So I feel sorry for you.
No, it's
it's
come
all
on. No, but we'll have a look at it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's all right.
Cool.
I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, you look into it.
Thanks for having me though.
Not a drama. Great
Yeah,
chat.
Thank you.